Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Rise of the Trinity. So we've got a decent amount of stuff we need to do. There's an optional challenge tomb around here somewhere. There's this.
I've infiltrated the ranks of the enemy and learned that they come seeking the rich resources of the mountain. They appear to know nothing of the secret we protect. Those who build the Iron Road are themselves prisoners, slaves of the Red Army. Massive machines now use the Iron Road, bringing more slaves, food, and raw materials for construction of a small city. It is time for me to return to my people so we might plan our attack. If we can inflict heavy losses upon them before they reach the mountain, they may give up and turn back.
So this is probably covering a question that nobody would even really think to ask as to why the nomadic people that seem to be protecting Prophet would have built a city and not been nomadic. Man, I really need to find a lockpick. And the answer is that the USSR came in on railroads.
Need to get more information out of the prisoner. If Constantine has to do it himself, he's not going to be happy.
We'll step up the pressure, but he's clearly had some experience with interrogation techniques before.
We think he's the leader of the Remnant. He has to know about the Divine Source. Find his weakness. Get creative.
This prisoner. Maybe I can find him.
So, there's a ton of stuff around here. And some hunting to be done. And there's a communications tower somewhere around. Which I guess that's what that is. But I can't just go shoot it. So we're gonna have to probably maybe run into people, maybe not. You'd think that there would be somebody here.
Communication repeaters. Trinity must have installed these.
So there is something new with those boxes. This is our submission for the moment. There's a thing here, but it's not gonna fall. So that's probably a burnable satchel, because that was something that was later that you unlocked later in the first game. So yeah, I suppose it would make sense if they just reintroduced things. Compound bow part found. I'm missing gear to cut down this flag. But we do have some wolves. Well, that was a couple of wolves to kill. And just wanted to be slightly careful on jumping down. Now, pelts and antler things and exotic elements are what I'm trying to collect. If I can get away with collecting them. Like, so I might be close to the maximum. There's a cave in here. We're supposed to explore caves. That wolf jumped in here though, so. Any more cave wolves? Why did something just make a hurt sound? See, I'm seeing some footprints, which tells me that there is another wolf in here somewhere. So my improved instinct ability is going to prove itself to be useful. I'm not 100% sure though that what I am harvesting can be used for much of anything outside of a campfire. Now we've got a new map with the secrets updated. Yeah, I hear a creature running around. And I see these footprints. And they just stop. What a terrible system. Like, the footprints are of these animals. I don't need to see the footprints of dead animals. That doesn't do anything for me. Let's see. Probably kill these things. So there's a challenge tomb and there's a relic here. I guess now we have a stronger idea. There's a relic behind that section. Seems like this tomb is perfectly safe. That cave has already been investigated. Well,
Trinity's after the source. I should find out what they know.
And I just don't want to accidentally end up going to an area I'm not supposed to, but I think I'm gonna accidentally go up to a place. See, I think I'm just gonna turn a corner and there will be Trinity people. She's very cold. We're back to the old outfit. I forgot to switch my outfit back. Darn it. That might explain why I haven't found any rare items off of these creatures. Let's not bother with that one. So, this point... If I can find this and turn it off. It might be that I can't even enter this area until later. Where's this challenge tomb that they speak of? There's another one over this direction. Which can I reach? this. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of this doesn't quite seem accessible. Instead, there's a lot of multiplayer style level design here. And it made a lot less sense in the first game because the first game in particular really had nothing like that. Maybe there was multiplayer in the first game, but I didn't see any of it or feel like anybody was playing it. There's a very floaty, very, very floaty jump. And so you'd almost think that the game was messing up right now, and that's why the jumps are so floaty. But I don't actually believe that's the case. I think like the game is just a little bit poorly programmed, or it's designed around an engine that needs more work. The one thing you can say about the Assassin's Creed engine, even though it can often be extremely buggy, it at the very least has been worked on and attempted to be improved upon for many years, whereas this engine just kind of feels like barely the second instance out. And things that should work, besides just glitching, don't work. Like, I feel like I should be able to walk up this mountain. I feel like I should be able to jump and climb on the top of that. Yeah, I just don't... I don't see a way up. What are these little rock things I wonder?
These markings, they're not Russian. A warning, maybe?
Well, I guess we're going down. See, this looks like a cache. Just look around and make sure I don't miss anything. And that adjusted, it's kind of poorly to the ladder. So we're doing a lot of tomb spelunking here, or caving, more than tomb raiding, but whatever. Fair enough, I would say. In a more realistic world, you do kind of have to generalize.
Maybe there's a way to get up to the old prison. Looks like this was abandoned in a hurry. Did the Soviets find something down there?
Yeah, I think you probably would have to generalize a little bit and let caves be tombs. It's very Skyrim-esque here. We're mining in a cave, or finding adventure in caves.
The Prophet was persecuted, and so were his followers.
We're slowly just trying to improve it. Optional challenge tomb ahead. Good. We've walked by several optional challenge tombs. And I guess they're all the same one. It's just they put it right in the middle of the map. I am happy to do an optional challenge too. Unknown area, optional challenge.
There's water down below. Sounds like a great volume.
So we gotta have water apparently in this game. There's climbing section.
A coin with an image of a city stamped in gold. And there's the prophet. This was likely an official coin of Kitezh.
So, I really want to find a campfire pretty quickly and switch back to the other outfit, but I suppose it's not going to really matter. If anything, I should look at all of the outfits. One assumes if I jump or miss a jump, I die. I don't like that the audio gets quieter. Oops. I hope there wasn't something up there. Maybe there was, maybe there wasn't.
The prophet's icon, cast in gold. The metal workers of the city started to develop their own style, but it's still similar to Byzantine craftwork.
So we've got a platform and some ropes, and under here is just a turbine. It seems like we're gonna drain the area and not flood it this time. Guess I want to be pretty careful, but like there's no zooming in any further. So any collectibles?
That's got to be part of the works.
Let's see what happens.
Here we go.
So we're gonna like drop and water's going down. Over there is some collectible. Some coins, 2 coins. And if we need to get back up, it's there. And as far as under the water, like there's nothing. You can't even see it. They're gonna give me some arrows, which tells me I'm probably gonna need them. Let's say to do that. Yeah. Pretty obvious. So, kind of an action puzzle. And a camp discovered, which is great. We still don't have that extra skill I would like, but we can upgrade something. And we've already got 1 part for the compound bow. There's 8 bows in total in the game. This system is confusing. It's just, let's see, higher fire rate. And costumes. Now, as far as costumes, non-predatory animals scare less, that's nothing. All damage from predatory animals is decreased. That seems unnecessary. Chance of looting exotic resources, that's what we're going to use. So we're back to that. Damage from Greek fire, Firing areas sometimes won't reduce the count, and none of that's really necessary. Increased carrying capacity for special ammunition, I doubt that's useful. Sometimes firing a bullet doesn't spin bullets. Health regenerates faster. Increased explosive arrow radius, and we don't have explosive arrows yet. So this still is very much the right outfit to use. Although it does seem like she shivers more, perhaps, in this outfit than others.
Water's eroding everything. At this rate, there won't be much left in a few decades.
Now in Siberia, the question becomes, why is this water not frozen? Underground hot springs? Is only the surface of Siberia cold?
It's a cistern.
A cistern. Like a sink. I think that's pretty much what a cistern is. Well, almost certainly this isn't going to work. Or maybe it will work, but there's more to it, because clearly there's something over there, like a mural. Yeah. And I think I've seen people actually play this section, so that's not surprising. Now that I'm on a lower level. It would be helpful probably to look at the challenges just to make sure. 10 red laptops, haven't seen any of those posters. And we've done 3 out of 5 caves, and Soviet flags can't even be cut down, so... Like, it seriously seems like there would not be any of those inside of this section. So we're going to manipulate the water.
That raft.
The thing here is, I feel like they were too focused on their water tech and their water puzzle idea. Like, certainly it would have made sense to do this in a few places, but for half the tombs to revolve around it, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So, let's ask this question. Can we break this? No. So it's an explosive damage only. And just throwing it doesn't do anything. And of course that floods an area, raising the water. Dive down here and swim up. And now the water is flowing, although the water is flowing, it seems, from a undercurrent, which doesn't make a lot of sense.
That raft.
There's... Like anytime you're near the raft, she says, no raft. You can't shoot that. So I'll have to get this raft to move. And how does one... I'll probably have to open that. How many Indiana Jones movies revolved around a water puzzle? Frankly, of the 4, sadly 4, Indiana Jones movies, I don't believe there's a single scene that revolves around a water puzzle. And yet we've seen several here. So this gets the raft up. But the first thing I need to do is place this on. It seems like I could probably throw this to reach it. So we throw that, and it landed fine. Tricky game. Let's see. Some poison arrows. Make some regular arrows. So unless the water messes it up and causes it to fall, it should be fine. I just have to wait until it starts to return, which it won't even fall off the edge.
Should be able to swim through now.
There it is. Swim through what? This hole or this hole? Another tunnel. When you're on the surface of the water, I guess you can speed up your swimming too. If there's that easy to get back to the no, I guess I don't. Don't know how to go lower. Actually, it doesn't really seem like you can go lower. So, even though there's an open thing there, if there's something hidden back in that area, I don't know. Maybe we'll just go full circle. This is interesting. Technically, I was out of the water in that section because I did the hair animation, which she does way too much. She does it every single time. You could have easily put a randomizer on it to say only do it if you haven't done it in the past few minutes. And Lara Croft is certainly no Mario. She's not capable of wall jumping or anything. I found a ledge here, but I'm not going to be able to do it. I can do my floaty jump, and that's about all I can do. Probably pour from there.
This should be more than enough oil to light the passages below, but be careful transporting it. We have not perfected the refining process, and it is still volatile. You will know the man who supervises the construction. We all do. Without his knowledge of the Earth, none of us would have survived along the difficult journey. Do not linger. And if he asks for word of his wife and child, feign ignorance. He cannot accept that they perished during our exodus, and expects them to arrive any day. We need his genius, and I fear if he saw the truth, we might lose him entirely.
So, they're using the prophet, and interesting, this is instructions to deliver oil to the workers below from a female character. Interesting.
Another barrier. But how can I get to this one?
So seems like I could
another barrier.
Jump over there.
How can I get to this one?
Or do something else. Well, I'll have to find out in the next recording. Like, I'm glad we're doing an optional thing. I wanted to take a moment to look at where we are on resources. Cloth, we're very low on. Probably because we are using it to create things. Hides, we're almost at the maximum. Salvage, we're at the least because we're using it to upgrade things. Mushrooms, we're at 6 of 10. Hardwood, we need a lot more of that. Feathers, we're almost at the maximum. Oil, interesting. We've seen oil canisters around, but we can't pick it up yet. Boar fat, no good. Deer antlers with 6 of 10. Exotic hides, 0 of 10. I thought I had some exotic hides. Magnesite or 20 of 20, which, okay, that is odd. We still have 1 bear hide and 4 technical parts. We're up to 66 of 850 Byzantine coins, which it feels like we're using some of this for something. So, not only do we have less of what I thought we would have, it seems like the need for them is a lot less too. I do have 1 skill point, so when I get back to a campfire, I'll go for that XP ability. We are very far away from where we entered the tomb, which tells me that probably the entire map above us might be loaded, maybe not. Maybe they just did a really good job of overlaying the 2 maps and hiding a load. So where are we now? This is new gameplay content, although sadly not really, because I saw somebody else play this section. But because it's an optional tomb, we really didn't make much storyline progress. So we're only 1% further away than we were at the end of 30 minutes ago. And maybe that will be the case more often than not, with all the DLC adding more optional Tomb Raider tombs and other elements. Certainly, it seems like we may end up playing for 2 or 3 hours more before we have all of the abilities to unlock everything, particularly lockpick and flammable arrows. They may just not be things I can do until I move the story a lot further ahead. And in the first game, in Reboot Tomb Raider, not the original Tomb Raider game, that there was also this instance in which the game got a lot longer than you thought it would be. And I'm getting that same feeling, so there could be a ton more content, and it's just misleading me. Anyways, though, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.